What's up, Duke fans? Welcome to the Devil's Den podcast. I'm your host, Josh Smith, joined by co-host Raul and Shu. We're coming at you on Wednesday. So Duke beat Notre Dame last night, 100-56. And I think I saw that was the largest home loss against Notre Dame in like 2 centuries or something crazy, right? Like it went way back.
It was 1898. Yeah.
Yeah, a long time.
Basketball hasn't been around for 2 centuries. But yeah.
Well, we'll take that one. Right?
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah, heard it here. 2 centuries. Technically, it's 2 separate. Well, whatever. Either way, isn't. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk a little BTA. We didn't break out no bedazzled belts, nothing like that. We're used to this thing around here a little bit, but it was a beatdown, so we'll get into that. We'll talk about UVA coming up on Saturday, which is going to be another big-time Saturday game that Duke's going to find themselves in. But first, fellas, in a game like this, I came on here and talked about how this could be a little bit of a trap, a little bit of whatever. It was not that at all. I think that's the most impressive thing about this win in general. I was like, it's more impressive than beating Michigan is covering the next game. And you come out in 2.5 times the cover or whatever the spread right there. So I think that to me is just the most impressive part about this team. Y'all's thoughts. And then let's talk a little bit too about the Duke Blue Planet video, because I think that kind of segues into maybe the preparation of what this team's doing. But for y'all, just how impressed?
Well, to the point of covering, Duke had almost covered within the first
9-10 minutes.
Less than that.
11. Yeah, it was about 11 minutes in when we.
It was 16-4, and you're only 5 away.
It was 20-4, 8 minutes in to the game. Yep. So I guess the spread was 17.5.
Yep,
something like that. So we'd almost covered at that point. Then Notre Dame made a couple shots there. Then we pushed it back out to cover, like you said.
Yeah, and then at halftime it's 32, right after the Foster hits a threes. I mean, we'll back up a little bit.
I think that was our largest halftime lead ever, or at least maybe an ACC game.
Probably ACC game. Yeah. Certainly not a because just some of those early non-conference games every year.
2015 senior night was up on Wake Forest 40 or 52-14 or something crazy.
Yeah.
It might not have been that high, but it was insane. We can look at it, but either way, 32 at half is 32 at half. I mean, that's putting in some serious work. Cam himself has already got 20 at that point. He's only losing by 2. Just the preparation, y'all. And I wanted to reference the work that Nick and those guys did on the Duke Blue Planet video for the Michigan game. And I think that that should give us a lot of confidence. I'm talking about the segment where Slim, Maliq, Dame those guys are in there coaching, especially what Slim was doing because it was defense. And you got a guy out there talking about hey, if he's here, you got to hedge down. Caden, you got to make yourself available. I didn't know Slim was doing stuff like that in the locker room. To me, that tells the tale of what we get here and the level of preparation, how these guys are able to do some of this stuff. Shouts to the guys, but shouts to John and staff too for just instilling that being the culture. Didn't know if y'all had any thoughts on the video. Hell of a video. Y'all should go check that out if you haven't.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head with that segment. I mean, a player-led team is going to be the best, toughest teams most of the time, more times than not, right?
Yeah, when you can call each other out, when you can hold each other accountable.
Yeah, I think I heard them say Sewell come in all right, who's calling somebody out today? Come in smiling, let's come out here and let's be sharp. And if they're not, then tell them.
Say something. Tell them.
Yeah. I mean, I think watching that video, you're almost did they even need Scheyer to give his speech at the end of the half there or whatever? It seemed like they would have been fine, right? Obviously not, right? A head coach is doing so many things during the course of the game, but I mean, there's no reason not to just love what you see, from that.
Yeah, I mean, and I think too, in that one, we've seen some great John halftime speeches and this type of stuff. I mean, you come into this type of game, you got a 2-point lead at half. I'm sure he's got to be thinking, my guys are ready, we're locked, we're good. Let's just make sure. But I liked the before the game, the little quote when he was that ball says Duke tonight. That's our ball, boys. When every strip, every time it hits the floor, And that's what you saw out there, like Nick, Pat, Dame, Caleb, all those guys just hands on. So wanted to kind of acknowledge that video real quickly here. We can talk about that one another time. But fellas, I mean, we can start wherever you want to get into this one. Like we said, the defense was there. I think for me, like, we have seen this team just put like league guards in like absolute hell. Really, like you look at what Shrewsbury was unable to do in this game. I think he went scoreless. He thought he was going to get like one little, just let me just take this three, and even Maliq couldn't even let him get that one off. And it just goes back. I mean, you look at Syracuse, you look at Maliq Brown. You really have to go back to just the second half against Texas Tech, probably where Christian Anderson just got loose and torched us. This team is shutting down. Like,
I mean, think about
like that's not happening.
Shout out to Jay Mann. I mean, he put up a tweet. I think the state of Michigan's point guards, Michigan, so Cadeau and Michigan State Pierce went like a combined 1 of 18 against us.
Yep, and that one make was that late 3 by Cadeau. Yep. Now, to be fair, I guess he botched a layup too, but probably should have made that one. But yeah, I mean, I think that's something that's almost an underrated narrative of this team. Like, everybody is talking about the defense, but the point of attack defense and just how hard that is making other teams have to work to run their kind of basic offense. And then when you combine that with the kind of elite paint protection, it's just it's a recipe for great overall defense.
Yeah. And I think that guard, like what we've been able to do at the top of the defense, just hasn't really probably been talked about maybe enough, or like real, because you look at the team and I think we give a ton of credit to Maliq Brown, to Pat, and to Dame, but it's not like just that, right? Like, to get this level, we've seen
Caleb's been incredible. I think
Caleb has been nails all year, like start to finish, like can switch, can get point of attack, can pick up full court, do whatever you need to. Caden has really came a long way in that. Darren's not really quite at the level of those guys, but he plays hard when he comes in.
He had his moments in this one.
If the ball's on the floor, then Darren's going to be on the floor. Like, I'll give him that. Like, he has taken over the Con Knipple, like, I will dive for anything. And that'll get you on the – but Slim has really probably been the one to me of, like, this dude is elite. Like, his defense has surpassed his offense maybe at this point, which is kind of baffling to say. But that's probably where he's at. I mean, the defense is incredible, man. What they're doing.
He had another blocked 3 in this game. I don't know if it was actually technically credited, but it was definitely blocked because it was a shot in the corner and it came up like 5 feet short.
Yeah.
I don't know if he got credit for that or not. Let's see. Do they have him credit for a block? It does not look like they do. But yeah, I mean, clearly that's what happened there. And I think it'd been a little while since he had a blocked jump shot, but earlier in the year, he was blocking jump shots left and right.
Yeah. Well, I went probably long enough, fellas, at a certain point here, and really just because they brought it up on the broadcast, and I was listening to Ion College basketball, and they also seemed to kind of like stutter and flunk their way through this thing a little bit. Corey Alexander acted like he didn't want to talk about it. I don't really know what else there is to talk about in a 40-point game, but Kim has locked this thing up, right? Like, am I tripping or something? Like, have I missed the memo here? Like, people are acting like it's still an open rate, and I mean, he could shut it down, right? And like, this is done.
I think it's done. I mean, the guy's at minimum giving you what, 14 or 15, 5 and 2.
Hasn't had anything less.
Yeah, nothing less. Like, roll out of bed. I'm giving you that regardless.
Yeah.
And a handful of times it's going to be more than that, 30, 28, 24. I mean, he give you what, 24 and 24 minutes last night.
Yeah, he almost outproduced Notre Dame in the first half of this game. Had 20 points to Notre Dame's 22, had as many rebounds as Notre Dame did. Was almost up there with assists with them. I just pulled up, screenshot for people who are just listening, but here are the odds for the Wooden Award. Cameron Boozer is negative 20,000 to win it.
Yeah.
That means we have to put down $200 to win $1. Am I correct on that? I think that's how that works.
I think that is how that works, which is absolutely insane, really, at this point. Like, I know there's some other good players out there, but if we're talking about production on a team that's like elite, they can win it, there's just one selection here. Let's not make this a hard thing. Let's not blow it. With that, though, I think I'm going to go ahead and safely say that we're pretty confident that Cam's going to lock that up. John, though, is starting to also get a little bit of buzz. Also, Andy Katz put his thing. I think John Rothstein was kind of giving it a little bit.
Yeah, I just watched a Rothstein video where he was arguing that Scheyer needs to be up at the top of the conversation. There
is that possible? Do y'all? I mean, can he win a National Coach of the Year award and miss out on the ACC Coach of the Year award? Is that going to be an Odom or a Jay Lucas race over there? Where are y'all at?
I would have no problem with Jay getting the ACC Coach of the Year, because I do think what he's done with Miami has been incredible.
Odom too, really. I mean,
Odom too. Yeah, same.
I mean, a huge turnaround for them. I mean, I would think, if not to jump ahead, but if UVA beat Duke in Cameron, Odom probably wins it.
You got to give it to him at that. Yeah.
Yeah. If they don't, I think they probably give it to Jay Lucas.
Sure. But nationally, and again, I think this all goes back to, unfortunately, like media perception in the preseason. If you're preseason number one, you're almost barred from becoming the coach of the year, right? Because you're either not going to live up to that, or if you do, well, you were supposed to. So you don't really get any credit. What did we come into this year? 7th, 8th, 9th, somewhere in that range, right? So I think you have a little wiggle room more wiggle room. Yeah. And it's impressive. Look, we lost our entire starting five. We came into this preseason thinking, yeah, we got some nice pieces. The Boozers, obviously, everybody knows everywhere they go, they've won. But Caleb Foster, coming off a year, he didn't have his greatest sophomore year. What is he going to bring his junior year? Is Isaiah going to be able to replicate his, hot shooting? Now he's going to have to play, 30 minutes. Can he do that, sustain it over a course of a game? There were a lot of question marks, right, coming into this year. Pat didn't play a lot. So I think you look at the totality of the last 2 years. I mean, John's won, 61 games now in a 2-year stretch. Like, we're literally in one of the greatest 2-year stretches of Duke basketball that we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Right. And last year's team was very hyped coming to the season. But this year's team was just not to the extent at all. Right. You already spoke to all those questions, but I don't think even the biggest Duke optimist would, like, let's say Scheyer wins out in the ACC here. That would be 2 total losses in ACC play over 2 seasons, with both of those losses being to a ranked road team, right? So if he could do that, I think he deserves ACC Coach of the Year, even if they were ranked number 1, because I don't think just because you're picked to win the ACC doesn't mean people have you losing only 1 game, right?
But
to your point, Josh, I do think he's more likely to win National Coach of the Year, but I think he would have to probably win out. Like, I don't think we can drop one of these games.
I agree. I think so too, which is pretty unfortunate to not be able to do that. But yeah, I mean, Nebraska and Hoiberg were on a really, really strong path, and they kind of slipped a little bit. Lloyd, Arizona, obviously was right there, but they've came back to earth a little bit too. Be nice to see him get in there, man. To really have like an actual chance at it would be cool. But
with Arizona, like, they have had some injuries, including Takoa Pete, who's one of their best players. And they recently just went into Houston. And I know Houston's floundering just a little bit, but to go into Houston missing multiple players, because it wasn't just Pete either. They were missing like another key big man, and somebody else from the Braden Burries was like a little sick or something. And yeah, so just that was a super impressive win that I think has kind of maybe pushed Lloyd back up there a little bit. Dusty May would obviously be in consideration as well. It would be like those 3 guys, the 3 top teams, and then it'd be Hoiberg, just because of Nebraska's history, right? Like, Nebraska has never won a tournament game. So if they can put themselves in the 3 seed, then they're in a great position to win their first ever tournament game.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I mean, you get the competition. I mean,
well, just to go back to the 2-year run, this is I saw this on the boards. This is from Duke Rules 14 on the Devil's Den. So the 2-year run, we're at 61 wins. The 98-99 team had 69 wins. 2010-11 had 67. And then the 91-92 and the 01-02 both had 66 wins. So, you know, if we win the next 3, you win the ACC tournament. What's that? 6 wins.
Yep,
That puts you at your 67. That at least and then 3 more after that. But I mean, you think about 2010-11. That's a national championship in there. 91-92 is back to back. 01-02. Obviously, we won the 01 title. The only one, the 98-99, you know, they obviously got to the title game and faltered to, you know, lost to UConn there at the end. But I mean, you're in pretty rare air with that many wins in a 2-year span, and most of the time it results in a title somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like based on that math, like even if we went 2-1 in these next 3, and then just like won the ACC tournament or made it to the ACC tournament finals and made it to Final Four, we probably hit that mark as well.
There's a couple different scenarios, right, that we can get to that mark.
Yeah. So, okay, well, it's gonna be close. Got to do some winning. Would be nice. Be nice to get that one in there. But I just wanted to give John a little bit of flowers too, because it was you know, clearly it's impressive of what they've been able to do and sustain with different rosters here. So, fellas, I know we've kind of bounced around a little bit. We can kind of take this wherever you want. I do think it's worth just kind of giving Darren Harris a little bit of a bigger shout out here. Got the DMP against Michigan, came back and responded well with his career high here, 16 points, and looked like he could have went for more really there for a little bit, man. He was hunting shots, diving on the floor, playing good defense. Had like 2 dunks, I think, in this one too. So, yeah, give a little love to DH8, man.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of everything. You know, 2 dunks, 2 threes, knocked down all of his free throws, played hard. I mean, it's just a testament to being ready, staying ready, right? So shout outs to DH. I mean, I know this game, obviously, what I like the most about it is you look at our minute dispersion, like nobody's really, you know, after this hard fought Michigan win, we really toned it down. You know, Cam only plays 24, but out of the 8-9 rotation players, nobody played less than like 15. Yeah. Pat played 15. So,
which is the second time in 3 games we've been able to do that, right? Like Q's, we were able to really kind of allow that to happen as well. So nice to get some legs back.
Yeah. Second game in the last 3 that we've hit 100 as well.
Oh, yeah.
So 2 back-to-back ACC games, actually, because Michigan was not one. So I believe that might be the first time that's happened. Well, certainly the first time under Scheyer, but we might have to go back to like 99 or something for that to find that happening. But beyond that, I would just say like I thought it was really cool that Harris got like a play drawn up for him. I don't know if you noticed that. It was an out of bounds play where he like curls around to the right side and hits that 3 from the corner there. I almost wish it had not been quite so much a blowout, because Boozer was on pace for like 40, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh,
like they had nothing for him.
Yeah. I tweeted out of like, is Notre Dame really about to get back-to-back 40-piece by like back-to-back National Player of the Years from Duke? And it got too far away from them, right? Where it was just, I mean, Cam went to the line 14 times, and so hit 12 of them. That was nice to see. That hadn't been a while since he'd been able to kind of really assert himself or get the whistle to get to the line like that. So that was nice to.
This was a whistle happy game from the refs out there.
It was, yeah.
Just on both sides.
We took it to them down there. I mean, it was obvious the moment the game started. It's like, Pat, go to work. Like immediately, just dump. Let's go. Let's get this thing going.
We got a lot of fouls too on our side. Pat had 4. Maliq had 4. Some of our guards had a few fouls as well. But I mean, just that had to be the most free throws we've taken in quite a while.
Wow. Yeah. It's nice to see us knock down all of them too. I mean, like 89%. So
yeah, I mean, you go 34, 38. It's like, okay, something's going well there. You take that. But yeah, outside of that, y'all, I mean, it's hard to really, I mean, it's a 44-point game, right? Like you played well. Like you just have to play really well for something like that to happen. And Notre Dame just has to be depleted, which they were. and you take.
I mean, even their coach got hurt.
Yeah.
That's like
insult to injury, literally. Well, injury to insult, I guess I should say.
Yeah, non-contact too. Yeah, that was rough. Got the technical early, and it was like that's just not going to work.
It's an Achilles injury. I hope he didn't tear it because that's terrible.
That is brutal if that's what happened. Yeah,
hopefully it's just like a strain or something.
Yeah.
I mean, he goes a little crazy on the. I don't know if I sent you guys the video after they lost a cow on like a horrific.
Oh yeah, he wanted to
freak, didn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I mean
that is right.
Went a little over the line there, but yeah,
he got a tech like what 1 or 2 minutes into this game.
Yeah, it was not very early.
Yeah,
very early. It did not take long, but didn't work. Didn't end up really kind of doing much for them, but it is what it is. Another thing, another semi kind of decent trend maybe, and again, it's the game gets so far away from you. I don't know how long it will continue, but I think we've started to see a little bit of a different Caleb Foster too offensively, y'all. Like, you saw it against Michigan, you saw it again here, just being shot ready and looking for it a little bit more aggressively. We're calling some stuff to kind of get that going too. You think that's another wrinkle that Scheyer's trying to add in here? Are we going to get to a third triumvirate, I guess, and are we going to get a big three? Is that what we're going for?
I mean, I hope so, because you guys know the old adage, guards win in March, right? Like, we've got the front line, we know that, but the question mark all season has been the guards, and we know what Isaiah's been able to do since ACC play started, and Caleb on the defensive end has been great. There's just been times where he, just hasn't looked to score or whatever. We need him to be engaged, and it goes back to what John told you and I at ACC Media Day the last 2 years, is like, I want him being that guy that I saw in high school that was just an alpha scorer pretty much, that was what his junior year, he was the scoring type, and then his senior year he kind of went and played the
point guard. Is like, well, can we get both of these guys? And we haven't really been able to do that.
Right.
Really.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of never know, right? Like, he had that 14-point game versus Pittsburgh. Then against Clemson and Syracuse, he has 3 points in each of those games. So it's clearly not like a question of the defense you're playing, right? Because Michigan had a much better defense than Syracuse did, and he goes 1 of 5 in that one. But these last 2 games, he's been exceptional. 12 points, 13 points, shooting really well from 3, shooting, surprisingly well from the line too. Made his last 4 free throws. 7 assists to 1 turnover in these last 2 games. So you would just love to see that, especially because I feel like Caden has, at least as a scorer, has dipped off these last 2, right? After he had 2 12-point games in a row where he looked great. And I think he missed like 1 shot. And then against Michigan, he plays well, but he has 3 assists, 0 turnovers, but doesn't score. In this game, I remember him hitting a floater, and there's like, what else? What did he end up with? Okay, so he does go. He had 10 points. 10. Yeah. 3 of 9 though. 0 of 4 from 3. That's kind of probably what I'm remembering there. Yeah, he had a bunch of wide open corner threes that he bricked.
Yeah,
after some beautiful ball movement. So that was unfortunate.
Yeah, but at least it's now you're looking. I mean, that's 3 out of his last 4. Where he's hit double figures. So at least we're able to continue to just have both of those guys activated, I guess, at a certain level.
And for him to take 9 shots, I think is good too. Like, I didn't even remember him taking 9. A lot of those must have been late when I was just kind of like, we're up 40 and kind of tune out. Yeah,
it starts to get like, okay, we're just kind of waiting for this thing to get out of here. At this
Nobody get hurt and get out of here.
Yeah, unfortunately, it gets to be that way, y'all. But I mean, hey, that doesn't mean it's any less enjoyable. You take a win like that anytime you can get it. But
I think they also said
for the blood pressure.
Yeah. Didn't they also say John now has like the most 40-point wins? And did you guys catch that? Was that on?
Yeah, I did see something
said that
about
Paris
that.
Might have said it.
So he's the only. I think is he the only ACC coach like ever to have 2 40-point road wins? I think that's what it was. The qualifier.
Might be that. Okay,
which is impressive because think about how many games Coach K coached in the ACC, and think about how many of those must have been blowouts.
K, Dean, Roy. I mean, he named off all of them. It was like John's the only one that's done it. So
Yeah, that just seems to me still like.
Yeah. I mean,
is that true? But I guess it is. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is, right? I guess
because this was the second largest road ACC win for Duke ever. The largest was 46 points from the 99 team at UVA. They destroyed UVA 3 times that year, by the way. But yeah, so 44, we almost got there.
Yeah, I mean, 40 is a big number, but
yeah,
I mean,
on the road especially, right?
Yeah, I guess that's the piece that's on the road. Yeah, I was just going back through looking at some of them, but yeah, impressive stuff, man. Impressive stuff.
Yeah, because the other one was 2023 actually, which surprised me, was at Georgia Tech. I don't remember that at all, but
I don't think I have any recollection of that actually. No, but whatever. All right. Well, anything else y'all want to get into about this one? If not, I guess we can take a little short break here, and we can pivot into.
Did Derek Whitehead have like 36 in that game or something? I just don't remember because I don't feel like I remember him playing at all for some reason.
Yeah, I know.
But
yeah, that's kind of a flash in the pan there a little bit. Never was really healthy, but
you know what makes it harder too is like now that the ACC season has gotten so long, you get some December games too. So I'm like, was that 2022, 23, or is it 2023, 24?
Yeah, if it's 23, yeah.
What season it falls into? Yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, fellas. Well, let's take a little break right quick, and then we'll come back and preview Virginia for another big time Saturday game, and keep this thing rolling. All right, fellas. So obviously we just had a big time Saturday matchup. We get another big time Saturday matchup followed by another big time Saturday matchup. It's going to be just big Saturdays here to end the season for Duke. This is probably the biggest ACC game we played in quite a while, y'all, in terms of just the stakes and the meaning and what's attached to it and everything else. Ryan Odom has these boys kind of playing. They're 25-3. Right, you look over there and they're like, ooh, 25-3. Flew under the radar nationally for sure to get to that level. They've been dominant in conference. They're 13-2. They just beat NC State by 30. Now they do have a lot of close wins in there too that we can get into and talk about. But just kind of off the top, biggest thing for you seeing Virginia coming in here again, Ryan Odom. It's going to look a lot different than we're used to. What do you kind of make of the 25-3 Cavaliers here?
Well, it's definitely going to be different than what we're used to, right? Like this isn't going to be a hold the ball for 30 seconds to get a shot up kind of offense that he's running there. Older guys, a lot of older guys. I know Thijs De Ridder's, what did we say he was, 23 years
23,
old?
23, dude.
Yeah, 23-year-old freshman. So,
freshman.
Yeah. So, look, the game's in Cameron, which I don't think they've had a big time. I mean, they beat Louisville at Louisville, but I think you mentioned that was without Maliq Brown. Won at SMU by 4 points. So they've got a couple good road wins.
At NC State by 15, I think would be maybe their best
win. Okay,
yeah.
So but have they played they haven't played a top 15 team, top 10 team, right? Basically, kind of like Michigan.
Really,
they ain't seen us, right? They haven't seen us, so
impressive what they've done. But it's still there is like, okay, well, how much do you attribute? And I guess for you, like the question is, do you buy the 25-3? Like, is that real for you, or is there some fraudulent stuff here, or do you trust what the number's saying despite it? Where are you at with it?
I mean, they've got some impressive stats, things that jump out to you. I mean, if you are going to make the argument for their record being inflated, I don't think it would necessarily be about like, oh, they haven't played any good teams. I think it would be more about like, man, they've squeaked out a lot of ACC games. Just we can go through 72-68 over SMU, 100-97 in double overtime against Notre Dame. This is a team that we just played on the road and demolished, and it took them double overtime to get out of that game.
Did they have Harrelson and I don't know if they had their two guys.
Burton certainly would have been. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, he would have been out.
Harrelson was there though. Yeah, he was good in that game. But yeah.
But Burton would have been out because he's been out since December. So he's basically just most of the season he's missed. And Harrelson, honestly,
they win by 7, but they had to. It was like a tie game with like 10 minutes to go or something like that.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
like it was close. Like it was, in Boston College, is awful.
Yep. Florida State. I mean, to be fair, we struggled at Florida State as well, but we did
Miami,
not squeak out.
Miami's good.
But we struggled at Florida State, but we did not squeak out a 3-point win where we only scored 61. So did a little bit better there. Ohio State, who's just okay on a neutral, they beat by 4. And then they have some impressive wins too. Obviously, the most impressive probably being, this recent demolishing of NC State. But NC State is so up and down to me. I mean, NC State also got demolished by Louisville by like 50 or something
50,
crazy.
Yeah. It was like 118 to something.
Carolina about like 20 something. So it's State is weird. I don't know what to put attached to them right now, but they're weird. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the metrics are there for. I mean, this is their top 20 basically. Well, they're 22nd offense, 15 defense. So they're the metrics say that they're really good. Now, if you want to get
several
into
things,
good, but
no, I was going to say they have several things that they're ranked top 10 in nationally. Effective field goal percentage defense, 4th. Offensive rebounding, 4th. 2-point defense, 5th. Block percentage, that's the one that really jumps out to you, 2nd in the entire country. 16.6, which is just an astronomical number, really.
It really is.
Average 2-point distance, which is just tells you teams aren't really getting to the rim against them. They're settling for a lot of mid-range. They're 12th in the country there. So everything's just kind of pointing to a team that protects the rim really well and offensive rebounds well and shoots well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what we like to pound in the paint and we like to beat you up on the glass, right? So it's kind of like the scene in 300 when he's like Immortals, like, we're going to put them to the test then. Like,
I mean, because I was looking at, and granted, like to be transparent, I haven't watched Virginia a ton, but I was going through and looking at what they're doing. And it looks like they're basically just keeping a 7-footer in the paint at all times. I mean, they have a 7-foot freshman from Germany that he plays and starts for them. And then they also bring in the senior that I think he's kind of been around, started Kentucky, Kansas State, from Nigeria. And they pretty much just, one of those dudes is going to be there at all times. One of them leads the country in block percentage. The other one is 7th. Over the last 3 games, those 2 dudes alone are averaging over 8 blocks a game in their last 3. Like, they're blocking a lot of shots. Again, we've seen size. I mean, we just played Michigan with Morrow. Like we played Florida's front court. But for them to be able to keep a 7-footer on the floor in the paint and drop or whatever they're going to do the whole game is definitely like a big advantage that they have over pretty much anybody that they're going to play. Now, how we attack it is going to be kind of interesting to see, and like what we're going to do to maybe get into that and try to like figure that out. But they're going to have a big dude out there at all times.
I mean, that's the difference between them and Michigan, right? Mara got in foul trouble. They have to go a little bit smaller. Yeah. Whereas
so
they've got 10 fouls there, between 7-footers.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting how we attack that block percentage too, right? Like, are we going to try to get them up in the air? We're going to try to how are we going to offset that a little bit? How we want to attack that, what angles we're going to take. I mean, I think John's going to just continue to just draw things up and to see if they're going to switch, like what's available. How do we create space? I think the one thing that we have that they haven't seen though, is it's not just front court versus front court. It's like our front court operates on like that's how our offense works. So like you're going to have to figure out who you're going to come up on, because we'll 5 out you and put all those guys up there and make you really have to make decisions. And looking at their schedule, like I don't know if they've had a team that they've played that put them in a position for those bigs to have to decide at the level that we're going to make them decide. So I would think that would be in Duke's advantage for that, fellas. But we'll see, man. We'll see. They share the ball really well too. That's another thing we can talk about. I mean, they're number 1 in the conference, like in terms of like assist to field goals made. So that actually makes me feel a little good though, because of the way our defense is. And it's like, if there's any softness in you trying to do that, like we're gonna clamp that up and muck that up, and like that's not gonna fly. And so if that happens and they just stall out and break down offensively, I think Duke could probably just find themselves mucking a game and winning a game in the 60s if they needed to do that, and just maybe the low 70s. I don't know, how do y'all see that playing out? I don't know where y'all at with it.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I mean, I think what we've just been smothering the point of attack, the point guard, here in the last couple games, just making it tough for teams to get any kind of rhythm going. And even in the Notre Dame game, I think Alexander and those guys said something about it. It looked like we were playing a zone, but then we flashed back into man, like we've been, doing some deceptive stuff here and there too, just to keep you off balance. I like what the guys have been doing. I could see what's Ken Palm at 75, 65.
Yeah. Both teams play pretty slow, right? Like they're not. Neither team is really probably going to really. I don't know. Maybe Duke is going to try to push a little bit. Maybe that's something that we'll try. But as of so far, these teams don't play very fast. So.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the Notre Dame game was going to be a low possession game, and it ended up being over 70 possessions. So
yeah.
I don't know if it's just because it got out of hand and we were able to force Notre Dame into a lot of turnovers, so we were able to get more runouts, but that surprised me. But yeah, I mean, Virginia doesn't play nearly as slow as they did under Bennett, but certainly not a bristling tempo either.
Right.
You brought up the idea of smothering the point guard. It's kind of an interesting thing because Hall starts for them at point guard, but pretty quickly into the game, Chance Mallory comes in, and I think he's their better point guard. He plays in the majority of their lineups, but he's only 5'10". And we know how that works too, where if a dude is listed under 6 feet, that means he's really small, right? A 5'10" guy is probably 5'8".
5'8",
So
yeah.
that'll be, we're going to put Dame Sarr on him, I assume, and just destroy his life, hopefully.
Yeah, or Caleb. Yeah, whoever we need to. However you need to do it, man.
I mean, if he's 5'8", Caleb's 6'5". Caleb's got a lot of size on him too.
Yeah, but it sort of depends too on how quick he is, I think, because I feel like Dame is maybe the better choice on a super quick guy, just simply because I feel he is a little bit faster than Foster, and then also just having that length allows you to make up for if somebody turns the corner on you, you can kind of catch up, recover.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how, because our wing size should be able to have a little bit of favor there. Now, De Ridder, I think, is something that we haven't really got. I mean, we mentioned him. He's been pretty incredible this year for them. I mean, he's been awesome. 6'9". He's got some size. He's 23 years old. He's got some experience, despite being a freshman. That's what I was going to ask. And so, are you going Cam there? Does Cam draw the De Ridder matchup? Or it kind of has to, right? Unless you're going to put Dame there, but I think you're going to have to put Dame up on the perimeter somewhere. So it's likely going to be Cam, right? Cam, or maybe I guess Pat, but Pat's usually been the guy that kind of bruises down with the other big. So that's going to be interesting, man. That's going to be interesting to see. Is there any kind of foul situation with that? Then if that's who he's going to be matching up with, because De Ridder get to the line too.
And De Ridder plays power forward in every single one of their most used lineups, so you're not going to put Isaiah Evans on him or anything. So
right,
and that's an issue because, I mean, I think we all respect Cam's defense, and I think he's great at jumping passing lanes. He gets a couple runouts every game just from anticipating a pass, right? But one-on-one defense against a guy of a similar size is not necessarily Cam's forte, I would say.
Yeah, especially with De Ridder being able to operate inside out too, and so now it'll be a team effort, I'm sure, but at a certain point, I would imagine that Cam's individually going to match up with them quite often.
I guess one good thing is De Ridder is fairly low attempt in terms of threes and doesn't shoot them well. So he's taking 80 on the year and he's at 32%. So maybe you could just give him a little bit of cushion.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to kind of be able to drive and get in there and get to the line, do things like that.
Yeah, we've seen Duke do that a lot recently against teams opposing power forward, right? Just like sag way off them and dare them to shoot. And sometimes it's burned us a little bit, but who was that who had like 5 threes in the first half against us? I can't even remember at this point.
Louisville's big guy did.
Louisville's big guy. And then obviously, I mean, I'm not going to count Yaxel because he's just really, really good. And so that's what he can do.
He got like 2 or 3 in the first half, but then cooled off.
Yeah, he went up, ended up going 3 of 9. So I think the strategy kind of paid off, right? Like he shot slightly above his average.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're going to have to figure that out too, because I mean, you've mentioned it, but like they're going to crash the offensive glass at a big level. We saw the shot of Caleb Foster against Michigan. We're going to need some of that too, man. We're going to need these guards to come down and to hit, and to get some boards. Dame, Caleb, Slim, got to help us out here a little bit. And this one,
they're crashing the offensive glass hard though. That makes me think with Cam
comes up with some, he's going to be
look ahead and
beat that 7-footer down there and let's go.
Easy buckets.
Let's go.
Yep.
I would think that John would maybe try, if it's there, to get into some break, some transition stuff here. If they're going to be a little more slower or slow-footed or things like that, don't let them set up on you.
What about Jakari White? Because he's 6'3", he typically plays shooting guard for them. He's using a lot of their most common lineups. Shoots 47% from 3.
Yeah,
pretty good volume. So I'm wondering who's guarding him. Like, let's say you got Caleb on 6'3".
Yeah,
so would you just put Evans on him? Maybe
Slim.
Yeah, either him or the Lewis kid. It depends on what lineup is, right? So when Chance comes in and they go smaller like that, then you're probably. But when they play Lewis or whoever at the 3 at 6'7", I would think that Slim probably draws that matchup.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe not. We'll see. I would anticipate that we'll do some switch stuff though, in terms of like Slim was on Yaxel for a little while, and then we moved off of that. We went around. Dame will go where Dame needs to. When Maliq comes in, we get into some different switch stuff there sometimes. So
we also seem to be playing the 2 wings together more often. I don't know.
Yeah,
if you guys noticed
Dame a little bit too.
Nick Dame, there were a lot of Nick Dame minutes in the Notre Dame game. Now I know Scheyer was kind of getting into his bag and experimenting, but obviously Nick gets a lot of minutes versus Michigan as well.
Yeah. And so that'll be interesting to see. Hopefully a game for Pat not to get the foul trouble too, right? Like we don't, we want to be able to match size if we need to, and so hopefully we can keep those guys in the game. But also that means it's going to be a good one. I mean, I anticipate this being a big time matchup. I don't really anticipate any kind of like a blowout would be pretty surprising. I think for me at this point, right? Like I mean, they seem to be pretty good, and
they're hot too, right? And they've won 9 in a row.
Yeah. They're coming in looking for their 10th straight win. Their social media team is already. They said they won't Duke, so we'll find out how badly they want it come Saturday. So we'll see. What is this? A noon tip, fellas? You're going to be in the building?
Yep, noon tip.
Yeah. So
that'll be fun for you, right? Where you're getting up at like 8.
I get up early. I get up early on the weekends.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah. So I guess
I'd be playing golf if I weren't going, but I'm gonna.
And it's a good one to be going down there too, man. Hopefully be able to see another.
Let's hope your lucky charm. I'm knocking on wood here, but your lucky charm
of doing that. Thank you. Yes.
Being on press row and only seeing wins continues.
Yeah.
Continues.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I won't do any like predictions or anything like that here. But is there? Anybody got an X factor for me, or Duke wins this game if a certain thing happens? Where are you going?
I think Pat's the key. Obviously, if we're talking about their shot block and their 2 big 7-footers that they keep in all the time, like we can't afford to have Pat only be able to play 15 or 16 minutes when they're going to have a 7-footer on the floor for 40.
Yeah. And Pat's just so important for our offense too. I think you saw it even in this Notre Dame game. where we scored 100. When Pat went off the floor in the first half with his second foul, Duke's offense, like that was the only time it got into the mud there. To be fair, Cam was sitting for a little bit of that too, but so I would agree with that. I would say also just the point of attack defense would be the other big thing. Just you can't let Chance Mallory have a Kihei Clark type game against us. You remember that one in Cameron 2022?
Yep, I do. Yeah, can't have that. I think for me, I don't know. Maybe just because I want to see it, I'm gonna go like if you give me Michigan Nick Amenia or Michigan State Nick Amenia, I'm putting him on De Ridder and saying, "Yo, bro, just go get that for me. Go give me 15 over there. Give me 15 good ones on him. 15 minutes, right? Like give me 15, 18 minutes of solid, just make life hell, hit the boards hard, crash everything, slip it. Like you get Nick like that, man. I think he can. I think he matches up extremely well with De Ridder if you're getting that like good, like elevated Nick, right? When he's like locked in, engaged, and everything's going well for him. He's just a different player, and I think he makes our team different. Like he just gives us a different verve, if you will, right? So yeah, give me Nick. Give me Nick as my X factor.
I think those are
for him. A little pork chop for him.
Yeah, a little pork chop. Yeah, give him a little pork chop. They
cook a pork chop in his honor.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I think those are his like best defensive matchups. Are those like big kind of forwards that like 6'7" to 6'9" kind of? I mean, because he did really well on Yaxel as well.
Yep. Yeah. He reminds me so much, man, of just Kyle Singler. Like he's like if John and Kyle were like a hybrid player, it's kind of Nick a little bit there.
Yeah, right down to the bad haircut.
Yeah. Kyle, him and Kyle. Ooh, yeah. Hopefully that doesn't continue for him. But hey, he owns it. He's rocking it. Do you think?
Yeah. I mean, he's. I assume he's got some NIL money. He could have paid a barber to change that if it's been the same all year.
If you're like me and ain't got none, you can't hate on it. So you just you do what you got to do with it, man. Hey, do you? So, all right, fellas, we'll go ahead and transition out of here. Hope we get another big dub here Saturday. So we'll come back maybe Saturday night, I guess, because that's an early tip there. So you
I should be home by 6:37. So
so if things go well, right? If unfortunately not, maybe we'll sleep on it. But hopefully we'll plan to get one up here Saturday and talk about some separation and implications for that one. But in the meantime, we appreciate you all. Please rate, review, subscribe. You can email us TheDevilsDen.com. You can find us on X/Twitter at DevilsDenPod247. Keep the faces strong and the verb high. Go Duke.